putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
The FBI. President Trump has called them unprincipled. He's called them biased. Would anybody disagree? Hey, folks, welcome back. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show, KJRadio.com. McCabe, wittingly or unwittingly, got Comey in trouble. McCabe said, hey, look, I had permission to share, and I got it from the head honcho, the El Jefe, the tall, scared one, James Comey. You want to go after somebody, go after him. McCabe wants a get out of jail free card. I watch Patriot games. I remember how that guy said, nope, I got my little letter directly from the president. Here it is. Get out of jail free. You don't hold me responsible for anything. But Comey may find himself in a bit of trouble. And Comey himself, he leaked the information by way of that professor. Yep. So he's got some things to deal with. In leaving the FBI, Comey removed memos about the Russia investigation that he wrote about, supposedly had written up about these meetings when he was with Trump. Now, these memos discussed an ongoing FBI investigation, were written on an FBI computer. The Bureau confirmed they were viewed as official documents subject to review and approval prior to any removal or disclosure, and Comey got rid of them. Said, what the heck? I don't need those. I mean, I can do what I want with these. He could have given those memos to the Congressional Oversight Committee, but he didn't. He removed at least 7 memos, I think they said 4 of them to his professor friend that were leaked to the media. 4 of those 7 memos that Comey removed are now believed to have been classified. So how many of those are classified that he gave to his friend? If there's 7 and 4 of them were classified, at least one of them had to be classified. And McCabe is suggesting that Comey was consulted before this supposed leak to the media, which means they were both covering for Clinton. And oh, by the way, folks, don't be fooled for 1 second. I mean, we can dance around this issue all you want. The fact is they were all covering for the Clintons. The fact is everybody we're talking about did everything within their power to keep Donald Trump out and to get Hillary Clinton elected. And the only thing that made that difficult was Hillary Clinton. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. So Jacob Wall, he tweeted this. 35,000 FISA warrant applications have been submitted since the founding of that court. 12 have been turned down. The FISA court is a rubber stamp factory for the deep state traitors who want to spy on Americans. Jacob Wall, W-O-H-L, he could not be more correct. But here's what's interesting. I saw this story in LifeZet. Fusion GPS has gotten all the headlines they write, but there was a second, even more powerful and mysterious opposition research and intelligence firm lurking about with significant political and financial links to the former Secretary of State Clinton and her 2016 campaign for president against Donald Trump. Meet London-based Hacklook and Company. Let me spell it for you so you can look it up. Hakluyt, Hacklook. Founded by 3 former British intelligence operatives in 1995 to provide the kind of otherwise inaccessible research for which select governments and Fortune 500 corporations pay huge sums. Now, here's what the distinction they want to make, and this is what what got me to look at this article and go, man, oh man, have these guys been conspiring against us? Where Fusion GPS was created by 3 former Wall Street Journal reporters with links to the U.S. intelligence community, Hacklook, with offices in London, New York, Singapore, Tokyo, and Sydney, was founded by an enterprising trio of former British intelligence operatives with deep connections throughout the world's official and corporate corridors of power and influence. Hacklook is described by the Bureau Investigative Journalism's Henry Williams as, quote, one of the more secretive firms within the corporate investigations world and, quote, a retirement home for ex-MI6, that's British intelligence, that's the equivalent of our CIA, British intelligence officers. But it also recruits from the world's management consultancies and banking. This group is set up to essentially bring the political world together with the corporate world and carve up the world. I would venture to tell you, it wouldn't shock me to learn that there are hundreds of the Fortune 500 companies who have this company in their employ. They say the firm's style appears to be more in the mold of Christopher Steele dossier. Clients pay for pages of well-sourced prose from Hackluck's contacts around the globe, according to Henry Williams. Hackluck isn't familiar to the American public, but what has become well known in recent days is the role played by the London firm's more visible figures in drawing the FBI into the world of Trump-Russia collusion allegations, a world largely created by Steele in the infamous dossier bearing his name. So they're saying everybody's talking about Fusion GPS, but Hackluck is the one who possibly brought this thing to the fore. They're the ones who really were behind the Steele dossier, which lends itself to their credibility. What's this going to mean for them long term? I'm not worried about them, but I'm just saying, because this is a fabrication. So all these companies, what we're learning here, people, is they're all conspiring against us. Think about that. What do you want for this country? Are you selfishly motivated? Are you trying to get your kids a leg up on other children? Or are you just saying, I'm going to give my kids everything I can give them? When I think about what I've did for my children, I don't think about, yeah, man, I wanted my kids to be better than everybody else. I wanted my kids to be the best they could be. That was it. It wasn't in comparison to somebody else's kids. I wanted my kids to have everything I could possibly give them so they could go out and figure out what they want to do with their lives. It wasn't like, man, I'm going to get over on these kids. I'm going to beat those kids down. If one of my friends starts a company, he doesn't start it with the idea of, I'm going to beat somebody else down. He started with the idea of, I have a concept or an idea that I think can be delivered better, and I want to go do that. I want to try that out. The left won't do it. The left won't start a business unless they know they're going to crush you. These guys that lobbyists that leave, they know I got black book. They wouldn't do it by the book. They wouldn't do it without knowing Hillary Clinton wasn't going to run interference for him, or Barack Obama or somebody else. Do you think these people that got into solar because they were, they really loved the environment and they thought, I can develop solar and do these wonderful things? Or do you think they said, man, solar industries where I can get a big fat contract and go do some stuff and see how it works out. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, I'll make millions. I believe that One and Solyndra and all those companies, it was Barack Obama whispering in their ears that says, hey, go form a solar company. When I'm done, when I'm president, I'll get you into this thing. We're going to earmark mega millions, if not billions of dollars to you, and you'll be whole, regardless of the outcome. They weren't these dogmatic, climate people that, oh man, polar warming and solar this and all that. Enough. Polar ice caps melting, I meant. They don't care. So when you learn that not only are these guys, it's one thing to go after somebody politically, like say, I don't like Donald Trump and I'm going to do everything politically. Then you contract with a company like Hackluck to develop a fake dossier. You then contract with a company like Fusion GPS, who manipulates the media and Wall Street and all this. And then as you notice, most of these companies, they deal with banking, financial services institutions, because ironically, that's where the money is. So they glom onto these things in order to just look at how they can fleece you. That's the difference between a crony capitalist and a true capitalist. A true capitalist says, I have a product or service that I can deliver better, cheaper, faster, and it's going to benefit mankind. Will I make money? Absolutely. I'm unapologetically going to make money, but I provided a service. What a crony capitalist does is say, I don't care what the service is. Show me where the money is. I'll build that company. They have no passion for it. Oh, they pretend they do at their coffee shops and they're, selling their, I don't know, blue collar. That's not the word I was looking for. They're bootleg Birkenstocks. But they pretend they care. They don't care about us. I don't know what's going to happen here, folks, but the shadow operatives are out there. They won't go away right now, but we're slowly getting rid of them.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.